the unfortunate events of the last video on the E36. Son of a oh my god, dude. I've got some parts to change, but at the same time, the car is getting a whole bunch of upgrades. And then he's gonna kind of completely change how this car looks. Here are some of the parts. We're missing one very, very, very large one. You'll see in just a bit. So first, I have a new O2 sensor. I don't really know what's going on with the old one, but it's the O2 sensor that came with Holley, and my AFRs are being just wild. So when the car first starts up, the AFRs are pretty normal, and then after a few minutes, it will shoot all the way up to max lean, which is like 35.6 if I remember correctly. And then it'll go all the way down. I don't know if it's all the way down, but it'll go to 9.6 or whatever, which might be max rich. The car is running great. There's nothing wrong with the actual tune in the car. I don't know what the O2 sensor is doing, so I got a new one. Hopefully it's just that. I've read that there are some problems with the Holley O2 sensors. Hopefully it's not the actual Terminator computer itself. Then in addition, I got two 20mm wheel spacers for the rear. Now the reason I got these, I have my over fenders. The front setup is like perfect. I really like how it's sitting. The rear is sitting a little far in. But I'm not surprised by it because the rear over fenders sit out farther than the front over fenders. So this should hopefully take care of that. I'm hoping my wheel studs are long enough. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll find that out shortly. Now this is a part that I actually used to have on the car, and then I lost it. I don't know where it is. So I ordered a new one to replace it. So this is a Euro radiator cover. Now if you guys aren't familiar with these are what came in the Euro cars. They don't have that stupid duct for the alternator that's super ugly. These are nice and clean and symmetrical. Makes the front look way better. I haven't run one on my car at all because I lost this one, I guess during the swap. I don't know. It's not in this garage. It might be in my dad's garage. I don't know. But they're not too expensive. Unlike these below, I think this is around like 120 bucks. Gonna make the engine bay look just that much nicer and more complete because I do really like a nice clean engine bay. Now also, if you saw in the thumbnail, obviously there was a huge box. Well, that's the new hood. Before I open up the new hood, let me take this old hood off. May she RIP. This kind of just looks empty without the radiator cover. You can see the top of the radiator, which it doesn't look bad. You can see this, which I painted. Again, doesn't look bad. But this looks like sort of incomplete because there's like a big gaping hole there. This is going to tidy that up a lot. Oh yeah, that's the ticket there. Just this one little minor detail just makes a huge difference to the front. Looks way cleaner. So I'm gonna put some push pins in it or something to fully secure it, but I remember having that on there with the turbo setup. Looks really clean. Looks even better now with the LS1. Love it. All right, now that that's done, let's jack it up, throw these wheel spacers on and see if they fit. I don't know if they will. Now to be clear, I already have a spacer that's stuck on there. Hold on. There we go. I already have a 12mm spacer on there. It's not quite double the thickness. It's really not that much thicker. And I'm hopeful that these studs will accommodate it. I think they will. Yes, these studs are just long enough. And by just, I mean there's plenty of thread engagement. I think these are 90mm studs. If not, they might be 75. I don't remember. I've had them for years. Now, will it rub? I don't think it'll rub. I really don't. I'm very hopeful, at least. All right, let's see here, guys. What do you guys think? Let me throw in some B-roll here. Now, only time will tell if this is gonna rub. I don't think it's gonna, and obviously I'm not gonna have backseat passengers because I don't have a back seat. I'd say this, the stance, if you will, is just about perfect. This is not a stance car. It's a purpose-built car that I can street drive and do all sorts of stuff with. You guys know. But I just wanted it to fit a little better in the rear. I could have gone wider wheels and tires in the rear, but I didn't want to because I wanted a square setup and I wanted to be able to rotate tires and do all that good stuff. Plus, I don't have like enormous amounts of power where I need anything bigger than a 275. A 275 is pretty big, especially on an E36. Now it's time to tackle the O2 sensor. Luckily, it's not too hard to swap out, pretty easy to get to. Just gotta jack it up, crawl under the car, and remove the old one that's on the driver's side header. I have to take that off, okay. Now up top, I just have to take this cowl apart. This is where a lot of the wiring that goes to the Holley terminator runs. You can see there, that's where the O2 sensor wire runs up, and then it's hidden inside there. So I got to take that apart so I can hook up the new one. Then it's just a matter of putting it all back together, screwing the cowl back in, make sure all the wires are in there nice and neat and not pinched, and then we're done. Okay, all is well there, except for this broken thing, but that's neither here nor there. I know. Super exciting watching me crawl under a car and replace an O2 sensor, which you can't even see me do. But either way, it's done. I've got the old one here to prove it, and I'm quite dirty. I really didn't want to ruin this sweatshirt because it is my favorite design so far. You can pick it up on the website. The old O2 sensor here, a couple guys said maybe there's a problem with some burnt wiring or something. As you can see, the wiring is perfect. The O2 sensor itself, I don't see anything wrong with it, so I'm hoping this is just faulty. Because if it's the actual terminator itself, it's going to be a lot more involved process to get that fixed. So let me get the car down, fire it up, hopefully it's fixed. I forgot to video what it was doing with the old O2 sensor, but sorry guys. Went smoother than I thought. Let's see if it fixed it. So here as you're looking at the gauge here, you can see we're in the 13s. The car's not fully warmed up, but it's just fine. Before that would have shot all the way up to max lean, and then it would shot all the way back down to max rich. This definitely fixed it. Well, the biggest piece to this whole video, the best part, the best mod, which you guys can probably guess, is sitting right there. So I need to kind of move that out of the way. I want to get the car out of the way, get the truck out of the way, so I have room to work. Then we'll unbox it. Now this is not only for the video, this is so I have evidence of any damage that has occurred to this hood. I wasn't able to be here whenever this got delivered, though I was supposed to be. Cross my fingers. The box appears in good shape. Oh, buddy. This thing is freaking sick. Looks to be in excellent shape. I don't see any damage. No, it looks good, boys. It looks good. Let's see if this works. Now, I know this may be a little controversial. Not everyone loves this hood. Not everyone even loves a carbon fiber hood, but some people aren't gonna like the vents, some people aren't gonna like the bulge, sort of the E36 M3 bulge in the middle, but that's all right. It's definitely more aggressive and I'm really, really excited for it. The only thing that I wasn't thinking was, so this has holes in it for windshield wiper sprayers. Obviously I don't have windshield wiper sprayers anymore, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do there. Worst comes to worst, I'll just get sprayers and put them in there and they just won't be hooked up. Won't really look out of place. I do have just a few more parts. This is actually for the E30. I got some roll-lock, clean up the block on the S50. Then I got some new arrow catches. And obviously I had to get these because I destroyed the ones on the old hood. When I didn't lock the hood, when I didn't latch the hood, when it came up and smacked the roof / windshield, the old arrow catches, the long part, if you will, snapped off. These are basically the same thing I had, except they don't have the locks on them. I didn't want the locks. I don't even know where the keys are to those locks. I'm never gonna lock it. And these just look a little cleaner. So I'm gonna put these in the exact same spot because I already have the rods in the engine bay. So basically I just gotta mark and cut on this brand new carbon fiber hood. Yeah, it's a little scary. Also, one more thing, gonna have to get a new BMW emblem because that flew off in the incident with the hood latches as well. Do you have a booger or something?
Yeah, do I?
This is going in the video.
No, it's not.
Whichever way you're most comfortable.
Why are there wood?
I assume taking all these off will pull that off there. I don't know. I'm keeping these arrow catch latches where they are, so I need to figure out how to mark this hole on the new hood. So luckily I can get access in here. All right, got my mark, so hood back off, upside down, so I can drill the first hole. Very nice, very nice, good job. There we go. Perfect. That was a nice solid fit too. All right, first one is done. I think it turned out really nice. On the old hood, I didn't make as clean of a cut underneath. The design of this hood is a little different. I was able to slide the backside retaining piece with all the nuts underneath part of this, and it just looks cleaner. So I'm happy with that. I just have to repeat it on the other side and hope that everything lines up. Hood is installed, the hood pins are all aligned, all the latches and everything work perfectly. I'm super happy with how everything came out. I didn't, mess up or scratch or cut the hood in the wrong place for the latches. It all turned out really clean. Still have to fully install the radiator cover that's just sitting there because I had it on and off when I was adjusting the hood pins. As you see, I don't have the vents in right now. What's interesting about the vents is, right now they're not functional, but underneath to make them functional, it's like you have to remove a piece of fiberglass that's been caulked on. So it's like I have to try to figure out how to remove the caulk and then pull those pieces off, which actually might not be too hard. Looking at it here, I can already see where they didn't caulk in one spot, and I can see through it. So I might just be able to take a knife to that, get rid of the caulk, pull them out, make them functional. But I love how the hood came out. It came out really, really nice. I'm excited. Let me know what you guys think. If I should paint the hood, what I'm really leaning towards is painting the hood and leaving the carbon fiber vents, obviously exposed carbon. But for now, I am just gonna run the hood just as it is, just all carbon. But I'm curious what you guys' thoughts are. If you'd like to get this shirt or other E36 merch, you can go to the website, boostedapexdesigns.com. Other than that, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.